Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In today's video, we're going to talk about some huge news from the Libretro team, the makers of RetroArch. Let's get started. So if you haven't heard already, RetroArch is coming out with something incredible called the RetroArch Disk Project. The RetroArch Disk Project is going to let you run real games off your CD-ROM drive. They announced this June 29th. So the very first time they announced this, they started with just Sega CD. So I could take a Sega CD, essentially put it in my CD-ROM drive on my PC and play the game from there. Now, one day later, just one day, they've already added PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn, and 3DO. And the news doesn't stop there. They say expect a release of this very soon. It will be released on Windows and Linux only, just for right now. They have no plans right now for bringing it to other systems or platforms, but they're sure the list of platforms that will have CD-ROM support will grow as they go on. And there's also a very interesting tidbit right at the bottom here. To the Raspberry Pi community and other single board computer communities, go nuts with this when it hits. So almost another reason to own a Raspberry Pi. This is going to be extremely welcome to Retropie. And there are a few caveats. For example, games with copy protections will not run for now. Thankfully, they're in the minority. So that may change later on, but for right now, any game that has a copy protection will not run. And they are stating, will things be perfect on day one? No. But it will be pretty good for an initial release, and as ever, with all things RetroArch, we move fast and we will make speedy progress. And they say the whole point of doing this, retro gaming should be affordable to all and available to all instead of locked behind over-expensive, wasteful hardware. It's all built on the backs of open source anyway. Why should this be locked down again by any single company? So this is really like, for example, one of those systems coming out. I can see like the CD, where you're paying for the system, paying for the ability to use disk-based games on a single board computer. I think they use the Orange Pi. So this really is RetroArch's solution to make it completely open source and available to everyone. So obviously this is pretty huge and exciting news, and even more so since it's coming out soon. I'm very, very pumped for this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to how much it can improve and how good the games can run off a CD. Now pair all of this news up with the fact that they tested RetroArch Run Ahead on the Raspberry Pi 4. They tested Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo, Genesis, we can see right here, and latency was better than the original console. It says here, so in other words, RetroArch and Run Ahead is a done deal for the NES, SNES, Genesis, and Game Boy Advance on a Raspberry Pi 4. Better than console latency, better than on a real CRT. Put a fork in it, it's done. For retro gamers and retro gaming, this is incredibly exciting. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Let me know what you think about this news in the comments below. You pretty much already know my thoughts. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Thank you, everyone. Take care.